Hey guys, welcome to my review of One Piece chapter 1114 called Wings of Icarus. Before we get started, I think the volume and the microphone has been pretty decent so far. If there's any recommendations or changes I should probably make to it, please let me know in the comments. And let's jump right into the chapter. So we go right back to the reaction of the people. First of all, we have a break next week, unfortunately. I was so excited that finally, okay, we have 3 week break. After the 3 week break, we get a chapter. We have 1 week break after for Golden Week, and now we have an Oda break. So it just feels like there's break after break. But no matter what, these chapters have been incredible so far, and the revelations that are potentially the name of the island, the name of everything coming up. We might even jump into a flashback next or soon. I'm thinking we get a small flashback of what Vegapunk knows, and I'm so excited to finally get more info on where Clover left off. But yeah, we continue the chapter on where, you know, the news of we're gonna be underwater goes, and the people are theorizing that, well, I think that it's been a theory on some parts that the world has already been underwater, and what we are seeing right now is the remnants after the Void Century. So they did manage to great cleansing. At least I'm thinking that's what they mean by great cleansing. They made everything go underwater and they cleansed everything, restarted from zero from Void Century, and now they're thinking another great cleansing is putting everybody underwater again, or making artificial islands or something like that. That's what I'm thinking great cleansing is. And then there's another theory that I got that I'm putting together on that aspect for the Denden Mushi on the video responding Snail, right? So we have everybody's reaction. We cut a lot this chapter. We're cutting around the whole world this chapter. So I'm going to pause a little bit sometimes to catch up on the chapter. But we have the Marines talking, and we see Sakazuki, no reaction, just very serious, stern face. He looks like he's contemplating because he knows Vegapunk would not joke about this. He's taking everything, I'm pretty sure, very seriously. And he's the one that responds to the Gorosei directly. So he probably knows that there's something off. And maybe the previous fleet admiral Sengoku knows something is off. Maybe even Garp. I'm surprised we didn't get any of those. Oh no, Garp is stuck. Well, we didn't cut to Garp. Hopefully we do. We didn't cut to Sengoku. Hopefully we get a little bit of that. They're the Mocktown, you know, mocking the idea, just going with the name of the town. And we cut to Doflamingo just laughing. He's just biggest smile on his face. I love his character. Pretty sure a lot of people love his character, but he's just tied up laughing on what he knows. So he knows something that nobody knows, and he hasn't spilled the beans yet, but he's saying we could always go to a higher place. And I'm thinking, okay, Sky Island, the moon, or the top of the red wall, right? The Marijoa, because they're safe up there, right? But yeah, Magellan's saying there's been you know, some problems with the 3 foot rise, because 1 meter is 3.3 feet. There's been, you know, 3.3 feet of rise in water has already caused so many problems around the world and in the cells by itself. Even the fishmen must have been like, underwater, we're good, you know, we're chilling right now, no issues here. But the Gorosei are freaking out. We must eradicate all life right now. They're thinking they have to save the mother flame, because that's critical, right? They have to save the mother flame. And I'm thinking they might eradicate with the secret weapon. They might eradicate this whole island, because they're saying we're gonna eradicate all life. Not yet. And then Saturn is like, not yet, I don't have it yet. And he returns back to human form. And I'm thinking, okay, he returned back to human form, and when he covered his face, he looked like he was in pain. He looks like the hand shriveled up a little bit. So I don't know if the mother flame is causing them damage, or he has to revert back to a human form. It might cause him to be mortal again. We might see a very critical moment where he gets hurt and he doesn't recover until after he leaves the vicinity of the mother flame. So that's a good little observation that might come into play. Might not. It might just be being a human form is easier, more direct to, you know, just, you know, more direct, more careful. But even the Stella York is not Stella. My bad. The York is saying, "Why are you spilling the beans?" So I guess they might have the same knowledge of the Void Sentry. I guess they do. They have the same knowledge of the Void Sentry, but just not the part where he hid all that info from York. I don't know how that played, but we continue with the story anyway. We cut to everybody around the world. Water 7 is saying, you know, Water 7 is an exception because it sinks into the ground, which is very, you know, believable. But he's saying around the world was hard to believe. We have Aokiji. We see Aokiji is still there. We didn't get to see Garp, unfortunately. Hopefully we do get to see a bit of Garp and maybe a reaction to the news, because maybe he talked to Roger. Maybe he knows something that everybody doesn't. Maybe he talked to Sengoku and they know something. And oh my God, Saturn. Well, we have the part where Saturn is attacking the Straw Hats here, and Chopper is a champ, taking all the hits, protecting Robin. Everybody jumps into action to protect Robin. Incredible, you know, awesome. And she also ends up helping out, but seeing them protect Robin with all their might. Usopp, no words, just brave warrior of the sea is protecting, also no words. And it looks like he did cause some damage to his eye, which great. Everybody got a shot in on a celestial dragon, it seems, which is awesome. I think even Frankie did. Yeah, he did. Of course, he shot Saturn. But he's saying, Vegapunk, not another word. So I don't know if he said this out loud, but he is panicking. They're all panicking. They need to stop this broadcast, you know, very severely. And when you look at the mother flame, it looks, some people are saying it looks like a devil fruit. It looks like a flame, but it looks, they're saying it looks like Luffy's hair when he's in Gear 5. There's a lot of aspects. I'm thinking it looks like a devil fruit. It could, and there's 2 panels of it reacting for some reason. Not sure why. And we cut to Emu. Emu, no words, but I'm pretty sure he or she is listening. They're saying it might be a girl, potentially, could be. No words, no reaction. The Celestial Dragons are saying to make them be quiet, but some Celestial Dragons, or the younger people, are saying, we don't know what you're talking about. What is this Void Sentry you're mentioning? We do get the confirmation that Saul is alive. Whoa, we know, and he's just chilling on the beach, or on the seashore, just chill. And one of the final things I did want to say is my theory. Edison, of course, takes a very critical hit from what I think. I don't, probably doesn't make it. And my theory is that when Vegapunk was stuck inside the giant robot, because somebody said, oh, it looks like it might be inside the giant robot. They're not doing any damage. It would be very hard to get into it. But it's up and moving. I don't think he anticipated it being up and moving. And when Luffy found him, and it's been a few days, right? He was halfway inside the giant robot. He probably left the snail inside the giant robot, and that's the only way you could get in there. It would make so much sense. You can't penetrate the video responding snail in there. Video transponding snail, I think. Perfect. I think that makes so much sense, because he was halfway stuck inside the robot. Or other than that, I don't know where it would be. The other thing is Luffy is back in Gear 5, so it's true. I think that food is going to play a critical role into him, you know, being able to be up and fighting constantly for a longer period of time. So that stamina issue does get a little resolved. Sanji might actually play a part into giving him very nutritious, heavy, dense foods. Very interesting if that plays a role. But this boar has taken such huge damage. But that's it for me, guys. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one. Well, this boar is very, very tough, very strong. It's taken, even Gear 5 hasn't done damage to it. And I'm thinking, okay, there's a theory that the farther you are, so Saturn is the weakest one. The farther you are from Earth, you know, this boar is Mercury, I believe. the closer you are to Earth, the stronger you are. With Emu being, the Earth. That was the theory I heard, which would make sense. This boar is extremely tough. Even Gear 5 isn't doing damage to it, which is like, what are you? Is it physically weaker? Like, not physically weaker, my bad. Is it just not able to output so much damage? Like, why were you worried about Kaido as much? If you have something that even Gear 5 being stronger than Wano right now is stronger than Gear 5, why were you so worried about the Yonko? Or you weren't. They actually weren't worried about the Yonko as much. Maybe they knew this all along. The Gorosei were always just strong, but the Saturn was not gonna give Yonko trouble, but Warcry maybe. I don't know. I'm very iffy on, are they stronger than Yonko? Why were they sweating Kaido? I don't know. It throws me for a loop. But we get the final sentences of Vegapunk's speech saying that a period of from 900 to 800 years ago, there is 100 years that we don't know anything. And I'm guessing even before that, they don't know anything, which is really weird. I guess not, right? Like humans 800 years ago, we barely, I don't know history that much right now, right? But it's interesting that they don't question what happened even further behind 800 years ago, which comes into the fruition that everything right now, there's already been the raise in sea level. That's the weapon they use. That's probably what happened from using the Mother Flame 800, 900 years ago, and they might have lost it, or Joy Boy might have sacrificed themselves to stop this from being used again. I don't know. But he does mention that there is a pirate, the first pirate, and his name was Joy Boy. And they had the fabled ability of the sun god Nika. So I'm thinking this person wasn't the sun god. There was a fable of the sun god because the giants knew of the sun god, which goes into question now. That's probably why there's the bean sprouts, because the sea level was rising. They planted the bean sprouts, probably get into the clouds. There's so many theories. There's so many things that starts connecting, which is why Oda is just so good that able to tie things back in together. But there's so many theories going on, and there's going to be a week break next time. And the theories for the next chapter could be, we get a flashback, we continue where we left off, and we're just continuing the Vegapunk telling us everything he knows, or he tells us what he knows as we get a flashback, like Odin. Maybe like in the Odin flashback, maybe like when Kinemon was saying his part of how he met Odin and all the stuff he knew. But I think that's it for me, guys. This chapter has been incredible. I think there's so much more to come. We're very close to finishing. Like reading this since my middle school in 2007 is we're here. We're chugging along to the end. But that's it for me, guys. Please leave me a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know, is the audio good? Anything to improve? And if you want to keep seeing some more, please let me know. If you want to talk about some other chapters, some other things, let me know also. And that's it for me, guys. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one.